Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Dead Cells here at the entrance to the Slumbering Sanctuary. We're doing something a little bit different today, and I'd love to know what people think about this, so please feel free to leave me some feedback on this in the comments. But I'm a little worried, with me kind of getting a grasp of the first couple of biomes and me not varying the route at all in the hopes of achieving some consistent performance such that we get to really practice the Sanctuary in the Cavern. That the first hour of the run is starting to get a little samey, and if it were the first 15 minutes, I'd be like, whatever, but that's a long time. So I'm thinking maybe we start picking up the videos here, or maybe right before the Black Bridge, but I kind of think the Black Bridge boss fight's not terribly interesting either. But just start the video here at the point where things are a little bit more interesting, stuff can really go wrong, things can break. I mean, by things there, I basically mean me. So let me know how you feel about that idea in the comments. It has some upsides, obviously, the 2-hour-long videos. I don't know if people are into that. Obviously, people show up to a Let's Play for stuff that isn't just the gameplay, right? Maybe people are enjoying the second monitor hangout vibe, and if so, like I say, let me know so that I know that. But I worry that the gameplay is getting may get a little monotonous, and I have no idea how many more of these we're going to have to do before we make it through the Hand of the King. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you're thinking of that thing that I'm thinking, and also, let's do this. Let's play the video game, shall we? That was that was almost a disaster right away. See, this is what I was talking about. This is the part where it gets exciting. So we should talk about my equipment here. So this crossbow is an 8S. I bought this in the ossuary, so I'm not worried about this getting outdated anytime soon. Our whistle is from the very beginning of the game and could maybe use a little bit of a push, but it's still doing 10,000 damage per hit, and it's fine. It's a good weapon. And the death orb is kind of whatever. I'm not opposed to trading that out, probably for a skill that gives us a little bit more control over our enemies. And also, this is a really great ice crossbow. Plus 50% damage when we're at full, plus 20% damage on the crits, super slowdown off the thaw. This is maybe one of the best ice crossbows I've ever seen. And our other stuff is largely has damage bonuses against bleeding enemies, so we have some good equipment synergy too here. Jesus. The nightmare. We do get kill credit, by the way, when we, let's just have him fix that problem. When a green bat, Jesus, blows itself up, we do get kill credit for that. And as you can see there, we get kill credit for it on our combo, even if it hits us. Just because we had one kill after that. That was pretty wild, though. That bat definitely, we must have been close enough to it for it to trigger for several seconds before it actually did. So that's annoying. I guess that backstep they do is an actual dodge, because he just didn't take the projectile there. I was kind of curious what it would do to the bats, and now we know. Wow, did that biter just eat a bat? That's actually very impressive. Okay, so as you can tell, the ossuary part of the run went really smoothly, and we have a ton of money because I did not end up having to buy very much of the food shop. I bought the watermelon, but I didn't even need the cough syrup. So we're doing really well on cash. We can definitely afford to buy some stuff. Although obviously I'd prefer to wait until the cavern. My biggest concern here with starting the videos in this place is that if we end up dying here in the Slumbering Sanctuary due to some cursed chest failure, it could end up with the video being a little short. And by a little short, I mean maybe, in the neighborhood of 10 minutes, depending on exactly how early we die. So, in that case, I don't know exactly what I would want to do about that. My initial reaction, my intuitive reaction is, oh, well, I should do another run and graph that onto the end of the video. But that is a lot of extra time for me, because even without that time being on video, I'm still spending the time. But it is definitely less of a thing because I can be doing other stuff while I'm spending the time. Thank you, Giant. You get the bleed on him, and then he handles it from there. Yeah, we should take this, right? You know, like, while doing the first part of this run, I watched the new Sarah Z video. That was pleasant. That's a thing I can't do if I'm recording. Because it turns out, Dead Cells, it doesn't really require a lot of audio processing capability. I can be not listening to the game at all and still do just fine. I think we're just going to leave this here for now rather than making any decisions. I would love to find the cursed chest in here before we even turn the place on. Oh, interesting. Legendary. What is that? It's an ice bomb. That's not that interesting. Never mind. Never mind. I rescind my interesting. Gotta get the bleed on him. There it is. I don't think the giant was necessary. I think the death orb was going to kill him. Alright, I can't imagine we're going to take this. It's a good one, though. I just don't think we need the control. I think we got lots and lots of control. We have what I might describe as a preponderance of control. Well, we may as well just go ahead and hit it. The odds that we're going to be able to get the cursed chest without opening up all the other doors are not great. Right, it totally does happen, but I think I would rather teleport back this time and then just take this branch now. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of points in either direction for either starting the videos where we've been starting them or starting them here. My primary concern is that I want to do the thing people are going to find the most fun to watch. So, I really do worry about, like, those long periods where kind of nothing interesting is happening in the game. Like, a lot of people watch, say, I don't want this to come across as, like, pejorative in any way. But, like, a lot of people watch, say, Northern Lion, and they're not really there for the gameplay. I'm not trying to shit talk Northern Lion, but nobody watches Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus episode 10,000 because they're like, oh man, I gotta see what items he's gonna get today. Giant, could you? Thank you. They're there because it's like the Northern Lion Talk podcast that also has a gameplay element. It's way more about him than it is about the game. And it's not 0% about the game, but it's way more about him than it is about the game. And I just don't feel like I make content like that. My content is very the game first, intentionally. You know, not because I think I just naturally fade into the background, but because I have made decisions about, like, the way I talk about things and the way I handle myself, designed to make it so that these episodes are largely about the game being played. And obviously, with this game, I wander off topic a lot more because there's just been a lot of space in the episodes. And that's how you get me talking about The Evil Dead and Firkins and whatnot. But I don't think I can hold it down like Northern Lion can. That guy's a legend. I don't understand how he does it. That guy was going to punch me with his giant fist. And now we see who is truly giant fisted. I immediately regret it. Oh. I thought I had a clever plan there. Ask not for whom the giant fists. Fists for thee. Now I'm embracing it. To be perfectly honest with you, the fact that I was aware of Northern Lion already is kind of... When I started doing Let's Plays, my intention was for them to be entirely functional as tutorials. Like, no personality stuff at all. I was going to intentionally downplay my personality to the point where it was 100% about the gameplay. And part of it is that I knew I couldn't do what Northern Lion does. I was like, if I try to go the other way, I'm always just going to be not as good as this other guy, who people are already familiar with. And obviously, over time, my mission statement here and the way the content is done has changed. It turns out you can't do this as a completely non-personality business. It doesn't work that way. The viewers will engage with your personality no matter what. They can't not. But I still try hard to like make my thing way more about the game. The way I've often thought about it in my head is I try to take a Mystery Science Theater 3000 approach, where it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000 is not necessarily respectful of the works that they feature, but they're telling a lot of jokes, but they never tell a joke over a line, right? They fit themselves into the cracks in the thing, and they try not to obscure the movie. And that's kind of where I'm trying to be at, is I'm trying to let the game come through, let the game be the top layer, and then I'm just in all of the spaces playing support. I don't know how well that actually works in practice, but that's what I'm going for. I want, after you watch a series of me playing a game, I want you to feel like you get that game. You got that game as much as if you had played it yourself. I mean, obviously not as much, but at least close to as much. And I think it's a format and an idea that lends itself to certain kinds of games more than others. How bad is... Oh, hey, we just hit the thing. Okay. So we know that all the statues in this area are not yet being counted. I mean, we don't have a choice but to take this. So yeah, see, like, if I die from this, it's going to be like 15 minutes at most. This video is going to be like 15 minutes long. So let's not do that, shall we? That's my plan. That's my big, brilliant plan for today, is just don't die, stupid. Okay, this we don't care about. This is always, like, the scariest part right here. The part where you just have to drop down and discover. I'm trying to clean... There we go. Yo, Giant, you and I are not in agreement about what the threat was in this situation. The biters are making it so scary. Why did the Giant attack the little guy? Oh, that's an elite. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have woken him up. I mean, it's okay. My bow's very powerful. But still bad. Still not the right thing to have done. Alright, what's going on below us? We have training dummy problems. Will you hit this guy? No. Okay. I'm gonna wait for this thing to... There we go. Wait for this thing to become vulnerable, then punch it so that I can come down here and get a sort of a... I was hoping we'd get more vision of what's happening. Okay. Just trying to feel the situation out a little bit before committing. That time I'm with him. I think the Giant was right on with that one. Ooh. Don't care for it. Don't like it at all. I hope nobody will mind that I am going to stand here for 8 further seconds until my whistle is back. We're so close. We're so close to surviving it. And we're honestly in a really good spot if we make it through this biome. Like, we have all of our healing resources. I was a little surprised when the curse was lifted just now, because I guess in my head, the training dummy doesn't count as a dude. Alright, excellent gianting. That guy got accumulated. Got him. Alright, I'm starting to feel more confident fighting those dudes. So now we have a question to answer about scrolls and stuff. Do we have everything? We do in fact have everything. I mean, obviously I want to go back and get that watermelon. But I wanted to wait until I knew what the whole situation was going to be with our health in case we dropped below half and we could take greater advantage. But it's looking pretty good. Alright, so that's our exit. Let us go and watermelon. What is that even? Okay. English is hard. My brain. It's been a long day. It's always been a long day. Let's just let this guy chase us a little bit here. There we go. Take him on in a situation that I think is a little bit more beneficial to me. I mean, we may as well burn this, because we're certainly not going to eat it. Who are you, and how are you still alive down here? Wait a second. Okay, so let's get out of here and go do the cavern. This is the scary part. You can see we're at only 8,000 HP. But, of course, each scroll is worth a lot. Only 8,000 HP, huh? We're at 20 green. Seems low, right? So I'm pretty sure, I mean, maybe none of my, I'd be lying if I said I'd been paying all that much attention. But we are at 4 and 3 on our off colors. Maybe none of my 2-color scrolls have been green. I suppose that could totally be a thing, right? That could totally be a problem. Now we are looking for some tools to use against the giant. What is in my backpack? Really? Can you not see your backpack from this screen? I don't know. It's a spike shield, obviously, but I don't know what level it is off the top of my head. And I guess we just don't have access to it? How would I... Yeah, huh. So I don't know if we need a new shield. The spike shield is totally fine, and it'll be really good for the sideways punches the giant does when he tries to throw those big hooks at us. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's a beginning of the game shield. I think this might be the shield from the tube. So it would be cool to get a weapon and also a shield, and also maybe a replacement for the Death Orb. Although the Death Orb's not going to be like horrible against the giant in any way other than it is a tier 5 item. I just don't think the ice crossbow is going to be a very good giant hunting weapon. Okay, not where I was hoping that was going to go. Let's clean up a couple of dudes here, and then... There we go. Just got to hit him in the front is all. I actually don't know if the crossbow would freeze him if it hit him in the back or not. That's right. These guys are immune to a lot of status effects. Are they immune to that one? Are they immune to being fisted? Clearly not. Boy, what a status effect, huh? That's one you gotta take pretty seriously. We're doing pretty okay damage. I will say this, I haven't found any challenge rooms. None of those little floor rune things. And also I haven't had any like cursed chests that weren't guaranteed or anything. We have gotten the minimum number of scrolls. The normal number of scrolls. So maybe that's part of it too. Boy, it really feels like a low number, though. How many scrolls are here in the cavern? I don't think I know. I have a vague memory of the crows being immune to something. It's not freeze, though. I suppose I could just run up there and just mash right-click. But to be perfectly honest, it feels like the bow fires faster if you alternate the clicks. I don't have any science to back that up. I might be wrong. Okay. I don't think that's the one the giant needed to kill, but I appreciate it. That's good defensive targeting. You know, the giant knows whose side he's on. Hey, what happens if you use the giant whistle on the giant? Is that okay? Am I allowed to do that? Now I'm gonna be the one who says stop hitting yourself. And you know what? When I do it, it actually will be funny. Hey, you, come here. Got him. It really is just a guessing game with those guys. Okay. There's no reason not to hit the giant whistle every time it's off cooldown, I suppose. Especially since we do have Heart of Ice. This is a weird looking... Huh. This area sometimes has some real weird stuff going on. Hey, you. Ah, close. Plus, using the giant whistle on cooldown does mean that we get to skip some risk. Well, it also means we don't always have it available for punching imps. Oh, that's bad. Oh, jerk. Oh yeah, I'm not at full health anymore. Oh no, that's actually a pretty significant decrease in our damage. We might have to hit enemies twice instead of just once sometimes. Okay, that was clumsy. You know what? I probably don't have to guess, right? Jump and shoot high probably always works if I just catch them as they're coming down. I want to aggro this guy. Oh, never mind. He's one of those. I was going to say have him chase us down and then bleed him and apply the giant. Yep, definitely feeling the damage difference. So I'm not saying we shouldn't fight that elite, but I am saying the 2 stationary crystals guy is definitely one of the tougher ones to beat with this weapon, because the crystals don't seem to take any damage from the right click at all, and the left click really doesn't do too much. There's gonna be like a couple of taps on each crystal just to get him vulnerable, and then racing to kill him before he becomes invulnerable again. Oof. And now that he's bleeding, I can't refreeze him. I mean, the bleed is fine. So he refreezes just for a second, and then the bleed ticks, and it breaks the freeze, but that means he has taken the freeze again, and so he takes the bleed again. So we do still stack the damage up, but he's not incapacitated the whole time is the problem. And then that guy doesn't get bled at all, because he just never freezes. He's got these very fine boots on, and they make him frostproof. I think no. I think I really like the control that we get out of our bow, although that bow is certainly a lot of damage. Some very impressive numbers on that bow. Alright. I'm actually 100% down with the giant choosing to punch the imps. Oh! I didn't realize that guy was aware of us. Also, I'm having a hell of a time... Okay, you come over here. Come over here where the ground is even. He's stuck in the pool. Okay. Because we froze it. Let's not be in too much of a hurry here. I don't want to make any foolish mistakes. Try to get the imp to come over. Ooh. Like I was saying about foolish mistakes there. Man, this place is long and huge. It feels very epic. I'll give it that. I think a lot of the everything, frankly, about the cavern totally rules. It's a terrifying place with terrifying enemies, but honestly, that just helps with the stuff I'm talking about. Right, I didn't create the opening up there, so I do not get to use it. Okay, which shop is this? This is the skill shop. Okay. We'll engage with that later. Obviously, that's not exactly the skill I'm looking for going into the giant fight. Alright. Look at me not panicking. Look at all the not panicking I'm doing over here. So we're supposed to go this way? I'm gonna go that way. This looks like a nightmare. I really don't want this to be the correct path. I think there's a pretty good chance we get sucked into a vortex and horrible things happen to us. Oh, look at this. Yeah, thinking about it, I think I might have seen a whole lot of red-purple. Really want to get this guy. There we go. In situations where it's possible, getting the imps before they become aware of you is pretty good. Alright, just a little bit extra money. What a weird little room. What about that screams candy cane to you? Alright, well I think it's looking like this is the correct direction. There we go. Just completely missed the ledge the first time. Not my finest hour. So this should still... Nope, never mind. I was going to say this should still keep him in place, right? Because the ice will do the status effect, but it will not, in fact. I guess his boots are so good, damn it. We were doing so well. Just going to let him bleed out real quick. I do still love it. I do still like it very much. Alright, I don't love this. I think we should probably go over there first, because otherwise that ranged guy is going to be shooting at us the whole time we're trying to climb up, and it just doesn't sound like a smart idea to me to allow that sort of nonsense. Okay, so these guys are called demons, is a thing we just learned. Well, probably a bunch of you knew that already. You know, I have to report, I am feeling less fragile. All green here. We're already at 13k. So our health has improved considerably since the beginning of the video. I kind of wonder if it's going to disable our giant whistle while we're fighting the giant. Neither one of these is any good. Interesting that these items are only tier 10 while the shop items are tier 12. You would think that the items in the shop might be a little bit worse than the found items, just because you have so much more control over the shop items. That's interesting. Causes freeze and bleed and burn and toxic cloud. The burn happens right away and all the others happen when the thing wears off. And electrocutes nearby. This is just every status effect. This is every status effect a tonic can apply. You know what? I will take this over the Death Orb, I think. It has a 30-second cooldown. Like, the Death Orb's going to be real bad against the giant, probably. Well, except for the part about the eye. If we throw a Death Orb right at his eye... I'm gonna leave the tonic here for right now. I think it's a really cool tonic, and I think to some degree that is messing with my ability to judge whether it is the right item to take with us at this moment. Okay, 24. So we've gained 4 scrolls, 4 on-color scrolls since we entered the biome. well, certainly not. I guess maybe there's just a little bit of variance in the drops, because like some of the items that we're finding on the ground, effectively, are 10s and some of them are 11s. We probably do not want a crossbow for the giant fight, right? Let's not worry about this right now. So how much more stuff is left? There's 25, 26, and then a scroll fragment that does not matter. Okay. Well, let's go get the rest of these. Wait, did I teleport to the right place here? Yes, this is right. And there is, in fact, another shop over here, too. So the right way to do this, I'm gonna try to just run down and roll through. Actually, maybe, yeah, low, stay low. Never even engage with the elite. Screw that noise. So this is another skill shop. What do we want? It's probably like a powerful grenade, and I mean, if I'm allowed to keep using the giant whistle, it's the giant whistle. If we have him punch himself in the eye, it's got to be pretty effective, right? And this deals 23,000 damage as well. How does that compare? Okay, our giant whistle has scaled up to 41. That's a little silly. I'm a huge fan. I love it very much. I think we're going to take this. I'm trying to think of like what other green items might be good, and honestly, I don't know what's going to do the job better than a powerful grenade. Okay, so we need to drop down and then go all the way to the right. Oh, right, the elite. That's why we didn't get this before. Well, I'm just going to let him... Shoot, though. An elite necklace at this point has 4 stats on it. We're using 3 stats, 2 of them on. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Let's get him to attack this way. Wow, instantly. He didn't drop a... He dropped a shield. Well, it's probably best we take this over a spiked shield 4, huh? Yeah, the spiked shield still deals a lot more damage. I mean, that's like its whole thing. But actually, is this better? It does start an oil fire on enemies. Yeah, that probably pushes it over. Although there's a good chance we're just gonna sell this too. Okay, so we took a malaise for that, which I do not think was worthwhile. Had it been a necklace, it totally might have been. And then that means we probably do actually want to go fight that bird elite too, huh? Because what if he drops a relevant necklace? Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't take note of? I did take note of the fact that when we were in the distillery, we got 4 scrolls, which means it's probably pretty wrong to take the shortcut from Giant to Final Boss. But I did not take note of how many scroll fragments were in the distillery, and that probably would have been a good idea. It might be a number that totally matters, right? So, what's over here? Oh, it's this. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a little bit of money. It probably won't end up mattering, but... I still do want to actually get to play with the Tesla coil. We'll get there. Someday we'll get there. Alright, I'm going to take this route and hope that it doesn't trigger the trap. Okay, cool. Oh. What happened to necklaces? Don't you guys remember necklaces? Alright, well, that being the case, I think we're done then, right? We just go to the shops, figure out what we want. I'm not, like, going out of my way for single enemies. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, wait, this is a skill shop, isn't it? No, this is the weapon shop, okay. Show me something that's not bows. I mean... Can we freeze the eye? Maybe the bow's fine. Maybe the crossbow's fine. It's probably not. That's a giant killer 12. With plus 20% damage and plus 20% crits. That's the one. That's the guy. And then it's like, do you want this frontline shield? I will take this frontline. I think this is a better shield than the other one. And then show me, do you have, okay, perhaps an even better shield? Yeah, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I do, in fact, think this is an even better shield. I know that it might seem like a really good idea to go Giant Killer plus the frontline shield for massive, massive, massive hits on the boss with that plus 300% damage thing, but I am reasonably sure, it certainly used to be the case, that there was a limitation on how much damage can be dealt to a boss, like what percentage of its health can be dealt in a single hit. And I don't know what that limitation is, but I'm sure that would be well past it. So I think we are good to go. I feel pretty good about our equipment. We're gonna buy double S mode, or we're gonna buy S rank mode on this bomb, obviously. Are we good? I think good. Okay, so we gained 6 points of green over the course of this biome, and also other stuff. It turns out the cavern's just amazing. No combo for me, though. Sloppy play. Alright. Give me S quality. Oop, reroll that. There we go. Yeah, I'll take that. Bonus damage on electrified targets. I mean, there's a version of this where we just reroll until we get better damage type modifiers. I mean, our giant whistle is kind of garbo. I guess I should have rerolled skill shop for a better giant whistle. Yeah, that was stupid. I was just like, well, it's good enough, but what if it was even more good than that? What if we went to a degree of goodness above this degree of goodness? I'm just gonna leave it like this. And I think we probably don't want Heart of Ice anymore. I still really like Heart and Disengagement for sure. And then it's like Spite? Or I'm pretty sure all these after parrying and attack things only fire once per enemy, so not so hot against bosses. Not these, but like the ones that heal you. This thing probably is fine. Alternatively, we could take counterattack. I think I'd rather have this because we reflect so many shots during the fight. And plus, it's even a picture of our shield. That's how you know it's the right mutation for us. Well, this is without question the best situation we've ever been in approaching the giant fight. Statistics-wise, equipment-wise. I do wish that I had thought to roll for a better giant whistle, but, is what it is. So we're going to try to only blow the giant whistle when his eye is out, and it is the only hittable target. Alright, let's do it. Let's rumble, you big oaf. Pretty good. If you thought I wasn't going to get that parry in time, welcome to the team. I also thought that. Ow. It's true, my malaise infection level is kind of high. He really will just punch himself straight in the eye for me. He loves me so much. Are we about to... Yeah, not even a single flask. Didn't even need it. Did I only get hit once? I might have only gotten hit once. It's possible. Feeling pretty good about that. I don't know if you can hear the insufferable self-satisfaction in my voice. Okay, so... Disappointed Giant's outfit. We actually have... We have an interesting decision to make now. Do I just go full flask and YOLO hearts straight to the hand? I mean, like, there's a little bit of strength that could yet be gained. We could get... I don't remember how many of the scrolls were 3-color and how many were 2. But we could probably be up to, like, 30 main stat. And that's a big damage indifference. You know what I meant. The words. All the words were there. That said, we still go to 29 by taking the shortcut. I'm not going to take this wolf trap. Wait, does root work on the Hand of the King? You know what? I think it does. I'm going to abandon my giant whistle. We're going to root the Hand of the King, and then I'm going to giantly kill him. We're going to take the shortcut. I'm going to try to just go full resources. Let him have it. This could be it, though, is the thing. I have such hopes. I have such hopes. Maybe it's not going to matter how people feel about where to start the run, because there's not going to be another run, because we're about to beat the damn game. Maybe that's what's happening. Also, it looks like red and green really don't yield very much different health. But obviously, green makes it a lot easier to have a real cool shield. No, not you. Sorry, I like the mutations. Do we want to change any of this stuff up? I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot. Bonus damage to burning targets. There's a lot of burning going on here. We might be better off going for plus damage against burning targets on this thing. This is the only thing we have that spreads oil. No, it's not. Shield spreads oil. Alright. Just plus 15% damage is also good. Okay, I like that. It still spreads oil, but now it has bonus damage on burning. Okay. We are not going to flask until disengagement pops the first time. Yeah. I'm tense. I'm very tense. I'm trying to just, like, stretch and relax myself a little bit here. This is so promising that it's actually deeply terrifying to me. By a large margin, the cleanest Slumbering Sanctuary and the cleanest caverns we've ever done. Okay, here we go. Trying to like make sure I'm pumping myself up with what a good job I'm doing before we actually get to it. Oops, that's not good. I mean, we're hitting him pretty hard. And the answer to the question of does root affect him is kind of, sort of. Wow, I just took damage from nothing there. That's kind of annoying. Well, I'm getting manhandled here. This is an embarrassing performance. He's not even really, like, doing anything to me. I'm just, like, losing. Ah, and I'm not jumping over anything. Okay, wow. Yeah, I'm very frustrated with that. That sucks a huge amount. I will say that we weren't killing him as fast as I was hoping. But also, I should definitely have jumped up on one of the ice platforms to start drinking the flask. We would have fallen off of it, obviously. It disincorporates underneath you, but it would have let us finish the animation. And yeah, just basically I got jitters and nerves is what happened, and I knew I was getting jitters and nerves, and it's still... That said, today's escapade proves that we can get there in that state. So, I have high hopes for tomorrow's episode. That's going to have to be it for us for today. It is frustrating. It is frustrating. The funny thing is, it was such a good job, and it's frustrating because it was such a good job. But it's a little counterintuitive, right? Shouldn't I feel good if I did a good job? When you come back next time, tomorrow, we're going to do even gooder of a job. That's how that's going to go. The job's going to be even more good than that. And we'll see you then.